Guys, welcome back to another episode of the Challenge All Star Season Dos. We are here to recap and review and discuss. So let's get into it. So
Yes.
we come back and they still hashing out the whole Nehemiah situation where Nehemiah is giving us this whole I played this game for like the last umpteenth years, with my heart, and now I'm treating the game like business. And he has a discussion with Derek K and Joe. Well, before we even get there, um, Derek K and Jody start to make their rounds and go to people to Ayana and Nehemiah. They first go to Ayana. They ask her who she wants, and like the beautiful
Like
song,
a boss.
she says, "Give me whoever. I don't care. I know what I'm doing this for, and whatever happens, I'm winning. Period. Point
You're
blank."
winning. Point blank, period.
And when she
Yes,
said that, I was
Ayana.
like, that was already like that was one for me. Like Ayana gets the All Star MVP this week. Like Ayana is the All Star for the week. Jody, right? Yeah, Jody. She's like, oh, give us a name so I can make this decision easier for myself, so I don't have to, hurt anybody's feelings. And she's like, yeah, I'm not doing that for you. Sorry, boo. Bye bye. So now they move to Nehemiah, and Nehemiah and Derek K for some reason got this weird frenemy relationship where they don't know where they stand with each other. So Derek asks Nehemiah who he wants, and he gives the options of Ryan because he already beat Ryan. And then Derek K, I think, was a setup. It was like, who's your second option? He was like Derek. So with that, like I said, I feel like Derek K. I don't know what he's doing. Like this is not the game he played in the regular main season. So I don't know what's going on with his All Star game, but I'm not liking it.
Yeah, Derek is playing like more. Usually Derek is like the fun loving, likable guy. Like I feel like usually he's like how Kohutta is
Yeah,
generally as well. Like everybody likes Derek. And Derek is like the guy who always wins, but we don't care if he wins. It's Derek.
yeah.
And yeah, so and he's not coming off like that this season for whatever reason. I don't know why. Yeah, I can see that.
It's weird, and like I said, I don't really like that.
I think it's mostly
So
because of whatever him and Nehemiah got going on. I don't like whatever Nehemiah's doing either. Like
yeah,
whatever this persona is that he got going on either.
yeah.
So
I feel like I understand where Nehemiah is coming from, but I feel like the way he's going about it, like one, you're being too vocal. Like, stop telling people you damn near burning every bridge you have, because you're trying to win. Like, we get it, you want to win, but you still can, I guess, play with your heart and still be calculating. Just make smart decisions. That's all
yeah.
you really have to do. Like, you don't have to be a snake. You don't have to be so cutthroat. Just make smart decisions, do
Yeah.
smart gameplay. And when we get to
Yeah.
nominations, Derek's like, let's throw in Steve because he's talking about me. Like, what? Like, that doesn't even make sense. Like, if you're gonna throw somebody in, just be honest and be like, he's the new person. I don't have no ties with him. I don't want Ryan to go in. Plain and simple. Like, don't say, oh, you talked about me, so you're
Mhm.
going in. It just don't make sense.
Yeah. Yeah. I would have never, like he said, like he felt like people would vote in Steve because Steve was newer, or at least newer. He thought Steve was newer to them. But I felt like Steve off the bat had camaraderie with most people.
Yeah.
And his like partner in the challenge was Tina. And Tina
They
Tina,
were,
right?
yeah, they got second place.
Yeah, it was Tina. And Tina is like a lot of people know her, and I feel like because they're partners, maybe they had some more of a connection, and so her connection was spread to others. I didn't think that he was like like a loose person out in the challenge web. He seemed like he knew people, and not knew them before this, but even if I just met them this week, we already cool. You know, you got to put that against who you throwing in, not just him by himself. I
Yeah.
don't know. It was just I didn't
It's
think
like
that.
if he wanted to throw somebody like uh I don't know, what's the dude with the curly hair?
MJ.
Yeah, if you
No,
wanted
people love
to,
MJ. I don't think
yeah, but I
no.
feel like
I
if you want to use that excuse for throw somebody who don't have really like many connections, do somebody like MJ who haven't played the game in what? How long?
it hasn't been. I mean, it's been 7 years since MJ played, but
Really?
MJ, I think, yeah, MJ was on.
I feel like it was
He
long.
was on some. I think he just might look a little different to you, but MJ, it hasn't been that long. I mean, it's been 7, 8 years.
Yeah, I just
So
feel like
I don't know.
his
I
excuse
don't.
week be at the
Yeah,
end of
no,
the day.
this was a
It
week.
was
Yeah,
excuse week.
it was a week excuse.
And then Jody was basically talking about she doesn't have a connection with Leah, and Leah doesn't have a connection with everybody else. So
Yeah.
let's throw her in, and then let's throw in somebody like Casey, because nobody's gonna vote for her, and we don't really care. It was very
If
much
they
we
do.
don't really care. It's either or. She can stay or she could go. It doesn't make us a
Yeah.
mind. And that's the same thing they did with Steve and Derek, which was their second choice for the guys. It's like we learned, I forget, was it free agents with the burn vote situation for Leroy? Because
Oh
uh
yeah, that even if you try to burn a vote,
yeah,
that it might not work out that way. But even if they burn votes this time, it don't matter because they don't care about. They didn't care if any of those players went in.
yeah. So that was the whole thing. Like Derek K wanted Steve out, yet he didn't consider that you can't just think people are gonna vote Derek, save Derek just because he's likable and everybody got connections. You got to also think about Nehemiah. Nehemiah played last season with a lot of these players, and
Yeah,
he
so they
played
want to
the
give
game with
Nehemiah what he
y'all.
wants.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so it's like you gotta weigh your options. So you gotta. I feel like with the elimination, you gotta weigh
you
out
got to
all
think about every angle. They
yeah,
just like people don't know Steve, but also you got to think about how many people know Nehemiah and they want to do what he wants,
yeah,
which is how it really ended up working.
yeah. And so they post the names up to let everybody know who they decided. Nehemiah, Janae, Jasmine, Derek C, and a couple other people were all surprised that Derek C was up there because they was like, why? That's not who Nehemiah was like. Basically, that's not who I wanted. That's my second choice. I really just wanted Ryan. And Janae and Jasmine just took it personally, like, why y'all throwing my friend up there? Blah, blah, blah.
Even though I didn't, that part was like everybody is somebody's friend. Like he's
Yeah.
like, they're like, why are you picking Derek? And then for her in the not eliminate deliberation to kind of be like, he's my friend. I go hard for my friends. Everybody is somebody's friend. So why shouldn't we? Why would your friend be more important than somebody else? I didn't. That part, I don't know.
Yeah, and then it kind of ties into what happened a couple of seconds later with Leah, not Leah, Jody going around saying, "This is the part of the game I hate saying people names. I don't really want to say nobody's name." Like, I feel like you know what you're getting in for. Like y'all done this umpteenth times, or maybe not you,
Yeah.
but
No, Jody
you're a
used to win.
champion. Like
Yeah.
you are a champ, like two-time champion, right?
I don't know.
So you played this game at least twice saying other people's names and taking them out. So how are you like I guess because you mature, yeah, I get it. But at the same time, like, come on, you're not brand new to this game. You knew you got to say somebody's name. So don't do that. Oh, I don't want to say nobody's name.
But
And
it's been a while, so you know.
it's still like y'all knew what y'all signed up for. Like y'all still got
Yeah.
that savage in y'all. So don't play that, oh, I'm a mother now. So I got softer. Like, nah, y'all still cutthroat. Y'all know when y'all get in this challenge house, it's time to turn that savage up. So don't just be unapologetically like just stand in your decision. After the prom or whatever the case may be, everyone was drinking, dancing, so on and so forth. Leah basically is like, what I gotta do to save myself. Do I need to start sending y'all postcards? Do I need to get on Twitter, send a little TikTok or something like because I need more friends in the house or whatever the case
Yeah,
may be.
it just takes time coming to more challenges. It just takes time. It's been so long since they've seen her. They don't have a connection with her. And even if you do stuff, like she said, she's been working with like trying to talk to people for months online or whatever she said. I still need to see you in challenges, face to face. And so until you keep coming back, they not gonna form that connection with you. That's what I feel.
So as everyone is partying, we get to Janae giving this. First off, I hate when they do this in the confessionals. Like they set up what we're about to see, so it kind of takes away from like the mood they're trying to set. But Janae basically was like she's getting this inkling that something is wrong with Derek C. And then Derek C basically tell us that right before he came to the challenge, unfortunately his sister took her own life. It was her little sister, and she was one of his biggest supporter while he was doing the challenge. So he is not really he's in the mindset to compete for her, but at the same time, it's just a lot that he's taking on. And I get it that you want to compete, but I don't know because I feel like you're not in the right mind space if you don't properly grieve the way you should. Like it's
Hmm.
okay to say no to the challenge. Like I'm pretty sure they will understand because you don't want to come, you know, and then like I said, if he would have got further along, I'm pretty sure all that would have, came out and like really hit him. So I don't know. I just feel like you got to have your mental right and you got to put yourself first before like competing for like. Of course, money is great, but you just got to put your first self first when it comes down to your mental health. So
Yeah.
that was a nice little moment, and it shows the bond that Janae, Derek, and Jasmine have for the last 12 years since they came on the Real World Cancun, and even before then for Janae and Derek, because they work
Mhm.
bartenders together. And I don't know. Yeah, so basically they go to deliberation where they had, which isn't even really a deliberation. Honestly, they just vote. But Janae was like, "Why did you choose Derek, because that's my friend, and I go hard for my friend. Even though you didn't say my name, even though I'm not going up there, I'm gonna insert myself into this because that's my friend, and I want to put a
Mhm.
target on my back because that's my friend." Like, Johnny, calm down, sweetheart. You're my number 2/3, so I need you to stay in this game. So inserting yourself into other people's, like, I get it, that's your friend, but at the same time, it's like it's not. I don't know if it's not your battle. Like Jasmine said, just send your love and support because there's nothing really you can do. But
Mhm.
don't put a target on your back because yeah. But
Yeah.
basically, everybody goes down to their votes, and it was pretty much unanimous.
Yeah. Pretty much except for one or
Yeah,
one
Leah
or two
had
votes.
13 out of 16 votes, and Derek C had 10 out of 16.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
So
Derek and Leah,
Derek and Leah.
yeah, so they are the teams that are going down. So we head to the arena where TJ lets us know that this is an individual game. So it's
The
going to
way
be
it should
male.
be.
Yeah, it's going to be male
It should
versus
always be like
male.
that.
Yeah, I don't know why they didn't do this for the main season because apparently
That's
they
because
all
they
different.
didn't want to see none of they didn't want to see them rookies at the beginning doing them team challenges, please.
Yeah, and then I also think they took notes of because this filmed after 37, so I'm pretty sure they was like, yeah, let's not do this again. So I'm pretty sure they was getting all those comments for whenever they started filming. But so we get down to the arena. TJ tells them that it's going to be male versus male, female versus female. Only one winner. Whoever wins their heat or whatever the case may be, that's they're gonna go back in the house. So the arena game was called Dead Weight, where each player has three 300-pound coffins, each with a chain attached. So basically, they have to pull the coffin across the arena until they can secure it on a little pole or whatever the case may be, a post, a pole, or whatever, on the opposite side. And then for two of the coffins, they had to solve a problem. And inside, they can start pulling. And then each coffin had its own different length chain. And the first one to complete all three wins the game.
Yeah.
First up, we had
Um.
Eric C. and Nehemiah. And
Mhm.
what were your thoughts?
Um. I I thought it was good. I think that at first I thought it was just the editing making it look like it made it seem like Derek was catching up, and I was like maybe he's not really catching up. And I don't really know who to root for in this one
Yeah.
because I like Derek and I like Nehemiah generally. So so I was like, I don't know who to root for. So I was like, who was that said I'm not rooting for anybody. I don't want them to hear me screaming for nobody.
Devin.
Was that that was Devin. That's the other one.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like I didn't really have any favorites. I really like Derek. But when they were going, Nehemiah pulled ahead with the problem. Actually pulled ahead a lot by like two coffins, but then Derek was able to
Yeah.
once Derek got it, he got it,
Yeah. I think Nehemiah was stuck on that third coffin with the pictures because I'd be getting confused with that. Like the three
I
skulls,
paused
like
it for a second and I was trying to figure out the puzzle.
three skulls equals 21, but then you got like a stove, a skull, a lamp post, and something that equals like 16. So yeah. But yeah, basically Nehemiah out the gate, he's on it, he's pulling it, he's struggling. He's pulling it because it's 300 pounds, but we'll get back to the next round because our girl
Yeah.
making it like cake. But Nehemiah, he was ahead. He got that second coffin, the small chain. He moved a little bit faster with that one. The third one was where he really had trouble. Derek was able to catch up while he was still trying to solve that third puzzle. Then they both got to that third puzzle, and basically Nehemiah just beat him by a couple of seconds.
Yeah, it was really
They both
close.
started pulling at the same time, and basically, not unfortunately, but Nehemiah wins, and Derek C is eliminated.
Yeah, I if they were neck and neck from the beginning, Nehemiah wouldn't have had a chance.
Yeah,
Derek C was solving them puzzles like it was nothing. So the only part that got him was pulling it, and Nehemiah had a head start twice.
yeah,
So not a head start, I mean, but you know what I mean. Like he was ahead of him before the puzzle started. So if he would have like they started the puzzle at the same time, he would have finished it before Nehemiah won. But because he got behind at the beginning, that stopped him. But he did a really good job, and people shouldn't sleep on him because it was close. And I think that Nehemiah and whoever else might have thought Derek would be an easy win, but he was not.
all right. So we move over to Ayana and Leah. Um, basically, Ayana, out the gate, Leah goes to the second coffin. I don't know if they switched the order or whatever the case may be, but Leah goes to her first coffin is the one with no puzzles. So she's struggling to pit the chain on the little compartment at the bottom of the coffin so they can pull it. So while she's struggling there, Ayana is doing her first puzzle, knocks it out like that. She grabs that coffin 300 pounds aware because
Yeah,
baby, she woo, pretty much ran it over there.
she did so good.
And I think what she did smart is she did the two puzzles first and then did the last one. So she got that. She went to her second puzzle. Leah is still struggling with the latch to the
The
puzzle
first coffin.
everything. So she's still on her first coffin. Leah's like, first off, to back up a little bit, when she goes to that first coffin, she's literally summoned the spirit of whoever because she's like, come on, you got it.
Yes.
No, she's pulling it. She's like, yes, come on, let's go, let's go, let's go. And then Tino's like, yeah, I don't know who she summoned, but oh, girl got some strength on her.
You
And
think
then
she had some strength?
yeah. And then
Yeah.
we got some other commentary where there's like, she's making this look like she's carrying a paper bag while Nehemiah was, you
He
know,
was struggling. They
struggling
were for the women and the men, it was both 300.
300. So
300 pounds. Okay.
yeah. So
Yeah.
she gets to her second one. She pretty much like that. Solved the puzzle. She put the chain on her back. This time she's carrying it off like this. It's because the first time she was like walking backwards. This time she's dragging it behind her. She's like, yeah, I got this now. And
Yeah.
then the third one was just she damn near put that on her shoulder and just walked it.
Yeah, Ayana did so good. Like literally, she did so good.
Yeah. And
She did so
unfortunately,
good.
Leah still wasn't
Was
able
on
to.
that first one.
She was on the first one. She finally got the latch on the coffin, but unfortunately, Ayana was already done by the time she's
Yeah.
moving it. But what made this episode was the way Ayana was like, "You're not about to give up. You're gonna finish this with my help." And she helped Leah get.
Pull it
I don't know if
across.
they edited it wrong or if they didn't edit the whole thing, but she basically helped Leah get her coffin over to the other side to complete the elimination. I don't know if she did all three, but I'm guessing they
I think
did.
they only did the one. I thought they only did the one, but
They
maybe.
only showed the one, but I feel because she was like, "You're going to finish the elimination," so I'm assuming they
Yeah.
possibly did all three. But whatever case may be, she still helped that
It
girl
was
or
Yeah,
woman.
it was a good moment. Everybody was crying. Almost everybody was
Everybody
crying.
was
The
crying.
men, the women, people was crying because it was just a good moment. And like a lot of these competitors and all stars are, they're back from a long hiatus,
Yeah,
and so it's about like proving a lot of stuff. And I was yeah, I felt for Leah and everybody. That was a really good moment for them, for her.
yeah,
And I hope she comes back and
yeah,
like stronger. You don't know what you up against until you try it. So now she's done it, and hopefully she come back, and next season will be better,
yeah.
or whatever season.
But Ayana really showed that one, I think she did just her integrity, like her spirit about the whole thing. She was like, I'm a D1 athlete. You don't choose who you go against. And, basically, you don't choose the outcome. If you win, you just do your hardest. If you lose, well, if you win, you did your hardest. You did a good job. If you lose, you still went your hardest. You went 100%. You didn't give up. And, you just take that outcome and, you get better for next time. So for her to pass on that, like, because like a lot of them are like mid or late 30s, early 40s, if not older. So that whole, and then doing this game, like it's changed from when they first did it. Like even last season, they was like, we're playing for bikes and like phones that are obsolete now. Like,
Mm,
so for Leah to like complete that, it really gave her this sense of like, I might not have won, but I didn't give up. And that's like the biggest, I think, reward in elimination. And like I said,
yeah,
Anna is the All Star MVP for this week. And
Ayana did so good, and like I said, she wasn't originally a part of like the women that I was like, oh, this person could win. But or that I'm like necessarily rooting for because I didn't really know who she was. But now I'm really like, oh, she stayed. I'm like, she on my team now.
yeah,
I
she's
like
definitely in my
Ayana.
list of winners that I want to win. Mm,
Yeah.
well, I'll root for anybody black, honestly.
Root for everybody black.
um, but yeah, so she and Nehemiah stays. They say their goodbyes to Derek C and Leah. TJ informs them that they are now the recipients of the Life Shield. And with the Life Shield, they can save themselves if they lose the next challenge, or they can be stow the Life Shield onto a nominee and save them. But once they play the Life Shield,
They don't get to vote.
yeah, they don't get to vote in the next deliberation or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
And this is something they need to incorporate into the main challenge. Because, like Latarian said, you should win something for losing, or not. You should win something for
For winning. Yeah.
elimination. Like they did it before with the grenades or whatever the case. Like give them
Yeah.
something to help them. Like give them some power to be like really. Because I feel like that switches the game. Because now it's like even if I lose, for example, if we was like doing this for the main season, like if Big T lost, okay, now I won this elimination, I got this life shield, and y'all can't throw me in because she knows that this is the next.
Yeah. I wish she had that so they would be forced not to be able to pick her.
Yeah. So it just prevents people from taking the easy way out. Like if you're gonna run TJ's final, make them work for it, and that's on period.
Yeah. But it was a cool it was a cool episode. It was mostly like the elimination deliberation, but I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, I definitely don't want this to be the full. Like, I don't want these 2-part episodes. Moving next
Yeah,
week,
I hate 2-part episodes
I need challenge, elimination, deliberation, all of
all in one.
because
Yeah,
like I
I
talked
agree.
about.
That was what season was that where they kept doing that? They kept doing that. One of these, maybe it was Double
It was
Agents
like
or the one before.
Worlds 2 or
Yeah,
something
and
like
I was
that.
like, why do they keep cutting it off?
Yeah.
Oh, I hated that. But
Yeah.
yeah, but this is a
But
cool episode.
yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed it. Like I said, Ayana is the challenge MVP this week. And that's it for our review and recap. Make sure y'all come back next week as we discuss episode 3. Make sure
Mhm.
you like, subscribe, and leave a comment on our videos. Also, check out our other videos. More content to come soon. And
Mhm.
like I said, come back next week because it's a good time. But that's all we have today.
See you on our next one.